Have you ever had to humble your own child? My 10-year-old son Ian had no idea how good he had it, and it really showed. I recently caught him bragging to his own cousin about a new VR headset without realizing just how badly that kid wanted one too, but couldn't. The bragging got worse every time his cousin visited. Ian would drag him upstairs showing off his PS5 and PC setup, complain to him about wanting a new gaming chair after the one he had received a small smudge, and act bored when his cousin talked about getting a new baseball bat that his parents worked hard to save for him. Why didn't you just ask for a PlayStation instead? You can't play video games on a baseball, he laughed. His cousin quietly said, "It's okay, I like the bat too. Mom and Dad worked hard to get me it." Ian shrugged, then said the coldest words I'd heard from a kid. "Well, I think if your parents worked harder, you'd have this stuff too." That night, I sat Ian down in my office and told him I was disappointed. Not everyone has the same opportunities we have, but Ian looked confused. "You and Mom work hard, and that's why we have nice things, right?" I sighed, glancing over the portrait of me with my brother and parents at a baseball field, a constant reminder of my own humble beginnings. It's more complicated than that. What's complicated about it? You work hard, you get money. I mean, if they are working hard, how come we always help Uncle Drew's family? Why can't he just find a better job and work hard too? The innocence in his question cut me deep. How could I have let my child grow up so spoiled? I called my brother that night, apologizing through tears. That night, Drew and I came up with a plan that felt wrong, but necessary. "We're doing a family swap week," I announced. "You'll stay with Uncle Drew, your cousin stays here. It's important to experience how other families live." Ian immediately protested. "Why would I want to do that?" I pulled out my wallet. $50 when you get back, plus you can pick where we eat dinner next weekend." His whole attitude changed. "A whole week? $50, I repeated. Meanwhile, Drew just told his son they were doing a family swap, and that was that. No negotiation, no bribe needed. His kid just nodded and packed. The contrast already stung. Ian counted his future money while packing. No idea he was about to learn what $50 would actually buy him. Ian spent every day of the week calling to complain. That Monday morning, Drew announced his list of chores. "You'll be washing the dishes today and folding clothes. $2. Ian did them eagerly, thinking about his $50 plus 2. But his excitement faded in the evening during a video call with his cousin. "Hey, I don't know what all the complaints were about because I cleaned the dishes and folded clothes and got an extra $2, Ian bragged. His cousin smiled. "That's great, I did the same, but I think your dad made a mistake. He gave me $5 instead of 2. Ian fell quiet, then hung up without saying bye. Tuesday, same thing. Vacuumed the living room. $2 for Ian, 5 for his cousin. Wednesday, Ian confronted Drew. "Why does he get more?" Drew shrugged. "Different houses, different rates. I don't make the rules. That's how it's always been." Then on Thursday, Ian looked heartbroken as he watched his cousin buy the $20 Lego set Ian had wanted, paid for with 3 days of the exact same chores he had done. By Friday, Ian refused to do chores. "It's not fair. All this for just $2? Drew nodded. "You're right, it's not. But imagine if it was only $1 or less. But still, you need the money, right?" So on Saturday, Ian did the chores anyway, despite hating every second of it. On Sunday, things were a bit different. I invited Drew's family over for lunch. Ian ran straight to his room, desperate to touch his things again, but I stopped him at the door. "The week's not over until tonight. Right now, that's your cousin's room." Ian's face shattered when he saw his cousin holding the controller to his PlayStation. "But we're both here now. We could play together," Ian begged. I stayed firm. "Those are his things to decide what to do with." Ian lost it, crying in front of his room. "This isn't fair. It's my PlayStation. It's my room. I worked just as hard as he did all week." The whole family went silent. Drew spoke quietly. "You did work just as hard. You both did the exact same chores. But then he got more money for them." Ian's voice cracked. "It seems like no matter how much harder you work, one person will always make more with his opportunity," I said gently, bending down to pat his head. "Sound familiar?" Ian stared at us with wide eyes, realizing that was his argument just a week before. Then his cousin stepped out of the room and held out the controller to Ian. "Thanks for letting me borrow your room and PlayStation this week. I'll remember it forever." That's when it hit him. His cousin had always worked just as hard, had always deserved just as much, but got less simply because of which family he was born into. "You can keep playing," Ian whispered. His cousin placed the controller in Ian's hand. "Thanks. It's always fun when we play together." Ian didn't say much when we took him home the night after. His first words were, "Uncle Drew works just as hard as you do, doesn't he?" I nodded. "Harder, actually." Ian paused, then asked if his cousin could keep some of the games permanently. I smiled and said, "Of course."